everyone! Welcome back to Learn English Lab, the place where your English improves and your mindset grows stronger every day. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and tap the bell so you never miss an inspiring lesson. Today's video is a little different. It's not just about English vocabulary or grammar. It's about real life. It's about failure, pain, growth, and how I turned my biggest setbacks into powerful lessons. Have you ever felt like a failure? Like no matter how hard you try, you're always one step behind? I've been there. I know that feeling deeply. And in today's video, I want to tell you my personal story, from failure to success. This isn't just motivation, it's a true story, full of lessons that will not only improve your English listening and comprehension, but also inspire you to believe in yourself again. So grab your headphones, find a quiet space, and let's go on a journey together. This is From Failure to Success, my journey and lessons learned. Let's begin. I was born in a small town where everyone knew each other. Life was simple, but dreams were scarce. Most people lived by routine: wake up, work, eat, sleep, and repeat. From a young age, I knew I wanted something more. I didn't know what more meant at the time, but I could feel a fire inside me. My parents worked hard, often sacrificing their own needs for the family. My father was a factory worker, and my mother cleaned houses. They weren't educated, but they valued education deeply. They believed that education could change our future. I carried their hope like a heavy backpack. But hope doesn't always mean clarity. I was an average student, not particularly gifted, not terrible either. I struggled with focus and confidence. I often found myself daydreaming in class, wondering what it would feel like to make it. But the truth was, I didn't know what success even looked like. I remember the moment clearly. I was 17, applying to college. I had my heart set on a prestigious university. I imagined walking across a beautiful campus, joining clubs, and becoming someone people admired. But then came the rejection letter. I was crushed. I felt like my world had collapsed. Everyone around me was moving forward, and I was stuck. I didn't just feel like a failure. I believed I was a failure. That rejection haunted me for months. I stopped trying, stopped dreaming, and began avoiding people. That's when I learned an important truth. Failure isn't just about an event. It's about how you respond to it. I didn't know it then, but that painful moment was planting the seeds of my future success. I ended up attending a small community college, not the dream university I had imagined. At first, I treated it like a punishment. I went to class, but I wasn't present. I was physically there, but mentally absent. I watched others with jealousy and bitterness. Why were things working for them and not for me? But slowly, something changed. One of my professors noticed my detachment and asked to me after class. "You have a voice," she said, "but you're afraid to use it." That conversation was a turning point. Someone saw value in me when I couldn't see it in myself. I started putting in effort, not for grades, but for growth. I took writing seriously. I volunteered for presentations and joined a small student group focused on leadership. These weren't massive achievements, but they built my confidence. They taught me that success isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up again and again. 2 years later, I transferred to a university. It wasn't Ivy League, but it was big, competitive, and full of opportunity. I was nervous, but determined. I knew I didn't have the same background or confidence as others, but I brought something else: hunger. I signed up for every opportunity I could. I took internships, volunteered at events, and joined campus organizations. For the first time, I felt like I was building something real. But growth comes with discomfort. I failed again, several times. I got rejected from internships I thought I deserved. I gave presentations that fell flat. I even started a small student-run project that completely collapsed. But this time, failure felt different. Instead of breaking me, it taught me. I learned how to ask for help. I learned how to take feedback without crumbling. I learned how to lead, not by controlling, but by serving. In my final year, I applied for a competitive fellowship. Only 10 students would be chosen out of hundreds. I had every reason to doubt myself, but I applied anyway. I poured my heart into the essays, practiced interviews, and prepared for rejection. But this time, I got a yes. That yes changed everything. It wasn't just about the opportunity, it was about the belief it sparked in me. For the first time, I didn't feel like an imposter. I felt worthy. The fellowship opened doors. I worked on meaningful projects, traveled, met mentors, and built lifelong friendships. It gave me skills, but more importantly, it gave me a new identity. Someone who could succeed because of their failures, not despite them. Graduation came quickly, and I entered the job market full of excitement. I thought, I've made it. Now things will be smooth. I was wrong. The real world was brutal. I sent out over 200 job applications. I heard back from maybe 10. I got 3 interviews, 1 job offer. It was a small position with a nonprofit, not glamorous, but meaningful. At first, I was disappointed, but then I remembered how far I'd come. I started treating every task as a chance to learn. I stayed late, asked questions, took initiative. I became someone people relied on. 6 months in, my boss asked me to lead a small team. A year later, I was managing multiple projects. My title didn't matter, my growth did. I had moved from a lost teenager into a capable adult. But there were still more lessons to come. A few years into my career, I hit a wall. I was overworking, under-resting, and constantly chasing approval. I was praised for being a high performer, but inside, I felt empty. I had mistaken productivity for purpose. One evening, I broke down. I couldn't stop crying. I felt like a fraud. I realized I had spent so much time proving myself that I never asked, what do I want? That moment of emotional collapse became another turning point. I started therapy, I began journaling, I read books on mindfulness and purpose. I unplugged from toxic ambition and plugged into intentional living. I learned that true success isn't just about what you do, but why you do it, and how you treat yourself along the way. With time, I redefined my version of success. I stopped chasing titles and started chasing alignment. I left my job and started a consulting business that focused on helping nonprofits grow their impact. It was risky. It was scary, but it was right. I failed again, made mistakes, lost clients, doubted myself, but I kept going. I had learned that failure is part of the process. Every mistake became a stepping stone. I also built a life outside work. I prioritized friendships, I traveled, I started mentoring others, sharing the lessons I had once learned the hard way. I created routines that supported my health, emotionally, physically, spiritually. Success, I learned, isn't a destination, it's a direction, and I was finally moving in the right one. Looking back, there are lessons that changed everything for me. Here are the most powerful ones. 1. Failure is feedback. It's not a dead end, it's a redirection. Every failure holds a lesson, if you're willing to look. 2. Start before you're ready. You'll never feel completely prepared. Start anyway. Courage grows in motion. 3. Consistency beats talent. Hard work every day beats natural talent that goes unused. 4. Ask for help. You're not weak for needing help. You're wise for knowing when to ask. 5. Protect your energy. Your well-being fuels your work. Burnout helps no one. 6. Comparison kills joy. Run your race. You're not late. You're right on time. 7. define success for yourself. Don't borrow society's definition. Build your own. Today, I am not the same person I was 10 years ago. I've stumbled, fallen, learned, and grown. I still fail, but now I know how to stand back up. I still fear, but I move forward anyway. My journey isn't finished. There are new challenges ahead, but I carry with me the confidence that I can handle them. Not because I'm extraordinary, but because I've learned to grow through adversity. If you're reading this and you feel like a failure, I want to tell you this. You are not alone. You are not broken. You are becoming. Your story is still being written. And who knows, one day, your greatest failure may become your greatest success.